Okay, making this video mainly just to keep Dan happy, but I guess it's a good way to show a little bit of work in progress, I guess. This is going to be building a Damocles Rhino from Forgeworld. This isn't an unboxing, this isn't a tutorial. This is just me keeping Dan happy. No, this is just, I'm just doing this as kind of like a work in progress log. But we'll start here with the main kit. Got this today. It doesn't come in a box per se. You get it's this big giant bag. So you get the standard Rhino sprues that you would get if you were to just purchase a Rhino Games Workshop. Additional resin pieces, which make the Damocles Rhino specifically. Some instructions and a little guide on how to work with resin. I've never worked with resin before, so I'm going to be studying that later. Right, before I get on to what's in this bag, I just want to show you something else that I've got off eBay. This Dark Angels Rhino doors and front plate. This is the discontinued version, which is a little bit better than what you can currently get. I think the detail in this one is a lot better. And plus you get two different side doors. In the current version you get two of the same door, and they're a lot more plainer than this iconography here, so these are nice. I just thought that these would be really cool to get to make, you know, if it's a HQ Command Rhino, it should have cool Dark Angel iconography. Okay, moving on to the specific Damocles Rhino parts. Like I said, I've never worked with resin before, so this is a bit of a learning curve for me as well. This is the new top plate. It goes on top of the Rhino instead of hatch doors. Two crew sprues, the guys who are going to sit inside. This is the command unit, keyboard, and display unit. See, there's all this like extra shit that needs to be trimmed and stuff, and all this, I think it's called extrusion. This all needs to be removed. Part of the array that goes on top. It's like a big satellite dish. These are all parts of that, I believe. And then this replaces the door inside the Rhino, because inside the Rhino, this is the plate that usually goes inside the Rhino, so this just replaces that one. I guess first things first is I'm going to work with the resin and just clean up all the pieces, and then I'll start building the Rhino. I think I ran into a small problem here where I've I clipped this. I clipped this just here, and it shattered all the way up, and I think this was supposed to continue the whole way up. Well, maybe. Yeah, so I might have to do a bit of green stuff work there now. That's not great, but sure, look, it'll be fine. Another problem I'm having with this resin is that they don't really have any instructions. I've got these basic Rhino instructions, which are just for assembling the plastic kit, the same as you get from Games Workshop. But nowhere does it tell you how to assemble the resin stuff. But like this piece, for instance, I don't know where this goes. It's obviously part of the comms dish, but so far I haven't figured out what it is. Here's my comms dish, dry run assembled. It's fine. These guys, seats, arms, heads, bodies, they're fine. The command console for inside and the door, fine. Don't know what this is. Or sorry, don't know what this is. I don't know what this is, because I cannot see them on this diagram. Okay, so I figured out what this piece is. It's the mounting for the little seats. So these seats sit into that. So this goes on the floor of the Rhino some way. I'm not exactly sure how. I'm sure it'll be a little bit more obvious when I'm putting it together. Dan. This better be in the video. Don't worry, Dan. This will be in the video. Okay, so I'm at a stage now where I have all these parts cleaned up and ready to go, and all I have is these, the two guys who are going to be sitting inside the tank. I'm going to leave these for the moment because I'm going to probably do a dry assembly of these, and then when the whole thing's together, and then paint them outside the tank. So I'm going to leave them for the moment, and I'm going to crack into building the Rhino next. So I'm at a kind of a test fitting stage. I have the two pieces of the Rhino hull, the sides made. Just throwing the command console and the door in just to see how it all fits together, and I was right, I did end up breaking a chunk here, so there's gonna have to be some green stuffing going on in there to fill that gap. I'll do that at a much later stage, because what I'm thinking is I'm gonna paint it. I'm gonna finish it off like this and paint it as it is here, so I can get all the detail on the screens in there properly. And then, as I said, I'm gonna paint the guys who sit inside it. I'm gonna paint them separately. So I'll be painting this and this as a separate unit, and then basically the whole top section. What I should point out is I'm heavily drawing my inspiration, and by heavily drawing I mean almost stealing this entire idea from an amazing modeler who I've come across online, who goes by the name of, when I find his page again, CaptMagpie. He's CaptMagpie.co.uk. I'll put his link down below, and he does a lot of cool conversions, and he has a really cool Damocles Command Rhino where he has the top removed, and he makes a really good point in that if you just, okay, give me 2 seconds. So he has it so that you can take the top off and you can see all the details inside, and he makes a good point that this looks real stupid because it doesn't have tracks inside it. So he done a really cool thing, and he just added more tracks. And the problem is I don't have extra tracks, but what I'm very tempted to do is, and I don't know if I'll get away with doing it, is cutting along here so that only actually this middle section comes out, and then these track sections stay covered. So it'll be like this. But I don't know if I'm skilled enough to pull that off. It seems so simple in theory. I just have to cut along this line. I don't have a spare top. I fuck this up. Kind of screwed. Go big or go home, right? Okay, so the hacksaw start going off a little bit. I'm not really good at going straight with hacksaws. So now I'm scribing it up and down with a hobby knife, and that's working kind of nicely. I'm sure I can clean it up. It'll look okay. But I'm committed now, aren't I? Okay. Almost there. Here we go. Okay, we can clean it up. I'm sure it'll be okay. That's fine. I can clean this up. This is gonna be fine. This is gonna be actually perfectly fine. I'm happy with this. How this turned out. This turned out way better than I thought it would. And the other thing I am gonna do, I'm still waiting on parts for it, is I am gonna try and build a little driver in here as well, and build a little cockpit, so it won't look. That was another thing that CaptMagpie pointed out was quite stupid. If you want to take the top off, it's all well and good, but then you've got this big bare space here. So I'm gonna try and build something in there as well. And the second one's done. And this will literally just sit on top, and then take it off and see all the insides and all its amazing detail. I'm actually surprised. I'm happy this turned out the way it did. It could have gone so much worse. Right, so I have those tops glued on to the sides now, and I clipped out that bit that I miscut. I'm just gonna green stuff over that later on. That'll be fine. I'm kind of getting to a point now where I need to be including the bits of resin, because I need the front plate, which I don't think I'm actually gonna fully stick on yet. Now that I think of it, because I want to do this driver section first. But I want to glue the resin in here, and then the top section I want to glue the resin, the plate, the turret on there, and then I need to decide what I'm going to do with these hatches, because the other thing we're going to do with this is a Damocles Command Rhino. It's a Forgeworld model, and some people in the clubs I play in aren't a fan of Forgeworld stuff, so I want to be able to use this model. So what I'm going to do is I'm also going to repurpose it as a Primaris Rhino, which is another sort of HQ Rhino, but what makes that different to this is it has like a twin-linked plasma cannon or plasma gun on one of the pintle mounts to go on here, so I need to work on a conversion for that as well. So I don't know, I'm gonna have a swappable gun turret on top of here, one with a standard Stormbolter for the Damocles and one with the twin-linked plasma for the Primaris version. So that's another long finger piece until I can find some conversion victims, I guess. And then just waiting as well for my pilot here. Before I go wash all the resin, this is a quick mock-up of how that's more or less gonna look finished. And this is just gonna fill in the gaps around. Just take this off. The gaps around this, I'm just gonna fill in with green stuff because this is a really terrible fit. It doesn't fit in well at all. There was very badly. Let's see, there was very badly molded tabs to fit into these notches, but they didn't line up at all, so I just clipped them off, and I'm just going to fill the whole thing with green stuff because this is going to be glued in there anyway. So then when I want to show off the interior, all I do is just lift the entire top, and it'll just be one piece like that. Now that everything's been washed and dried off, I'm going to start assembling a couple of pieces. Okay, so I have pretty much all the resin glued in place, and doors on. I found out what this thing is for. It's just a little box that goes on here. I guess some sort of what do they call it? A comms pack. Door on here. I didn't glue this on yet because I might glue. I don't know what position I want to actually put it into just yet. But this plate's glued on here, which gives this piece much needed rigidity because it was just these two pieces here. It was quite flimsy, so like I said, I'm gonna green stuff up all these gaps here and make that look nice. That's kind of all I have done. I'm kind of at a stage where I need to paint, but I don't want to paint until I do this cockpit here. So all I have left to do on the building side is figure out what sort of poses to put these Marines in, because you get different arms at them. There's 3 arms for each guy, and like I said, I'm not going to put them or glue them in place. I'm going to paint them external to the Rhino, and this is pretty much how everything's going to get painted. This is one chunk. This actually, yes, this will be painted separately. This will be separately. This, and then my 2 guys. So I have plenty of little sub-constructs to paint and then put together. So I guess I'm going to finish the video here because I can't really do much more. I'll have these guys made in the next video, and hopefully by the next video as well I'll have all the pieces I need to build my cockpit in here as well.
Few inches later.
So I actually kept going a little bit, and I installed kind of the 2 guys inside the tank. Have them removable, and I'm going to pin them and spray them and paint them separately. My arm's still a bit loose. Why should that be loose? I use super glue. That shouldn't be loose. And now I think I'm done. For now.